Oh, perfect. So we might as well do our call to order as soon as we have our final call to order.
So glad.
And roll call.
Okay, Harry Cartwright said he may be late. He's not here right now. Ashley Dunphy.
Present.
Linda Feuder. Ed McBride.
Present.
Ron Willison.
Present.
And
Posting of the agenda.
the agenda was posted on or before May 17th.
And approval of the minutes. Did anyone want to make a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting?
Oh, rat. There is something. I'm sorry. It's when we were talking to Ms. Middleton. And my comment was something about we need, or I thought, what do we say before we've done our strategic plan? And I'm not sure if it's in that order. It's not earth-shaking, but, and I apologize to you, I didn't underline it or take care of it, so. I would take the minutes, I would approve the minutes as they are written. The statement is there and it doesn't change the context of the discussion.
Okay, so you're saying, I see the sentence that you're talking about, I think. What was it that you wanted? You said it came at a different point in the conversation.
Yeah, I find it right now. We had talked about having a dialogue with College of the Desert as soon as possible, and my comment was I wondered how that fit in a conversation and dialogue without having our strategic plan in place prior to that. And when I read the minutes, that didn't seem to me to be how my statement was. But once again,
oh, I see. So do you want, if we move that, we can do that easily. If we move that sentence, the treasurer Feuder suggested we wait until the strategic plan is completed to after Trustee McBride shared where we are at in our strategic plan process, or?
that was just my question. Do we go ahead? Because it seemed to be they wanted us to do it as soon as possible, or she felt that way. And then my question was, what do we have to say without our own ideas about what we want? Anyway, if you remember that dialogue, it sort of went like that. Thank you. If you want to change it, fine. If not, I will certainly accept the minutes as they are.
Okay.
Hmm?
That's fine.
What do you think? All okay? Leaving it as is?
I don't think it's a big change unless it's necessary. So. A motion then by Linda?
Mm-hmm.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any added starters? None, public comments? Treasurer's report.
Yeah, I'm glad to say that everything's been moved and looks like it's in place. All the funding that's left over has been brought back in. And again, we have two projects that we have approved, the Wellwood Marriott, 148 at this point, and the strategic plan, hopefully with 50,000, I think, is sort of the ballpark we're talking about. So those are the things that have been approved at this time. So I just submit the treasurer's report as pretty much together at this time. All my questions have been answered. Thank you, Jeannie.
So question? Still no update on the actual amount of interest that we're gonna get?
No.
No.
It's on my radar still.
And it is 8/5, and I do plan, I would say by the end of June, when the budget conversation has gone where it's going to have a meeting with the city budget man about what we can do to earn more interest. That is a possibility to do that, and before I am no longer here, I would like to pull that together so we have an idea. The other thing is, well, you're going to do foundation? Yeah, okay, that's the end of my report. Thank you.
Report from the Friends of the Palm Springs Library. There is.
You get the chair.
I'll get you. Good afternoon. The Friends have had a couple of things kind of going on. We're still in the process of planning, but one thing that kind of happened sort of unexpectedly was we had one of our board members write a letter to the Desert Sun about the relevancy of the library. And we all liked that. And then, as you know, we got a little rebuttal from a person. And so we had asked our friends, just out of the blue, to just please write letters for, we thank Ron and Ed and anyone else that participated in it. So we were happy to see in the Desert Sun that there were people that were supporting the library. And so that was a really wonderful thing. So we really appreciate our friends for that. We also are in the middle of filling 2 to 3 board seats. Unfortunately, having a seat left open by Barb Stanford, and have had to choose a new vice president, which will be Nancy Morrison. And so in the process of interviewing, we came in contact with just a gem of a lady who works with the book sales, and she's going to take us into the 21st and 22nd century with social media, and that is her expertise. So we've formed a new, we'll be forming a new PR committee, and we are hoping to use the skills of the people in the board to take away some of the costs that we pay for a lot of some PR that we use. So look for our social media campaign coming this year. And we are in the process of working with what is it, Julie? Literary Legends? Landmarks, thank you. And have been having a wonderful rapport with Joel Figg, and we're planning on hopefully having our annual meeting at Truman Capote's home, a home that Truman Capote lived in is being renovated, and also maybe a nice little relationship with literary landmarks, because he has identified other homes and other authors, writers who have lived in the desert, and it may just be a nice little thing for the library to have a ceremony. So we're excited about that. And other than that, we are going as normal. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I moved up the report for the Library Foundation, and he's not here.
Do you want me?
You can report. Not my meeting, sorry.
The Library
Yes,
Foundation
both
actually
same.
met this week on Tuesday. Just like the Friends, we are in the process of looking at expanding our board membership, and we've been interviewing potential new board members for the foundation. The foundation was also interested in the status on the strategic plan and where we are with that. Naturally, with the conversations that have been going on about our last meeting and us pretty much rejecting the remodel, asking for a new building process to begin. The foundation wants to start getting organized around what may come next. And probably besides that, that's really was the topic of conversation. And Jenny was there to update us on library programs and conversation around that, but that's kind of where we are, yeah.
So moving on, we have legislative action, which 9A, the strategic plan.
I just realized a giant typo it's legislative action number 10, but everything under it's 9.
I didn't see it.
I'll get used to it. I move things up and all the numbers change, so hilarious, whatever A, strategic plan. So the strategic plan RFPs committee met with the procurement department and reviewed the proposals. And we have a vendor that is a leader in the running, and procurement and contracting will begin the negotiation process next week with a firm, and we cannot say at this time who it is. We can say that they fell within the stated budget of the project, which was no more than $40,000. So $20,000 to $40,000 is
really?
the budget of what we had put out. There was a question about how much do we expect it to cost, and so we said we did not say $50,000. So we'll see how that goes, and then they go through that process, and then it will eventually make it to city council for their approval, and then it will come to you for funding approval. So, Ed was part of the committee. You know what we should do is we should approve the budget at this time since it's on our agenda, and then that step is done so that it can be, as soon as it's awarded in city council, it can go, right? Discussion?
No, if you want, someone wants to make the motion, it's fine with me. It's procedural. We
When do
already
you
authorized
think-
it, we just need to make.
What?
So what
I don't
happened-
hear you nor understand what you're saying.
Okay, so, we cannot divulge the name of the organization at this time, because it hasn't been approved, it hasn't been approved by either the vendors, none of the vendors know who the leader is, hasn't been negotiated, hasn't gone to city council to approve the project, but you all said that you would pay for the project, and so, rather than waiting till the end of June, if all those things take place in the beginning of June, then we could, if the funding was already approved in your funds, then this could proceed, or at least move ahead, and then at the next meeting, we could tell you who it was, or you would know at city council, or.
Would we need to, following our process, that budget that we think, would we use the specific number that we know has been quoted or not to exceed number? And then we would need to take it back to the committee, discuss and bring back for the next meeting to be approved, right? That's our new process.
Well, your bylaws haven't been officially changed yet, but you could. So, the amount in the RFP that was not to exceed was $40,000. So I would recommend that you could approve that amount. And then again, if it came in less, then it would be less, and the money would just be returned to your account.
So would someone like to make that motion?
Well, Linda has a question.
I'd love to do that, but I'm also leery of all kinds of things.
What are you leery of?
When does that go to city council?
We don't know yet for sure.
Okay.
We don't know. Because this, it could take them time to get their paperwork together. It could be the end of June. It could be didn't they say maybe the first week of July? It might be July. So it might be okay for the next meeting.
Would
for you.
it, do you anticipate any issues with city council? Would they have any dialogue or anything other than saying you're good to go?
I don't anticipate any
This
issues,
is for paying for.
Well, yeah.
right?
Yeah, all she's asking is that we just authorize now in case we miss a June meeting, or if it's earlier, since we've already authorized the 50, it's just authorized the 40 now.
Did
Then
you-
If we miss a meeting, or they meet earlier in June, or we miss July.
Did you authorize 50 already?
I think, well, we.
That
said
was
we- I
what
think we
was
said we'd
budgeted,
spend
Jeannie?
Budget 50.
But I don't know that we actually approved.
No, you
Oh,
did
so-
not.
We didn't, because
No.
we didn't want it out
No.
there to.
Oh, that's right, from before.
We thought,
You
if
wanna
my
delay.
memory's right, Ed, who's done this before, thought somewhere within the 50,000 or more was what you're accustomed to hearing. And so we put 50,000 as the amount the trust would pay for that. So if it doesn't, it would be wonderful if it didn't exceed 40. That would be really a gift. I don't have a problem with that, but I think it cannot exceed 50 for sure.
Oh, yeah, if we're only gonna authorize 40, you can't exceed 40.
But you-
Knowing where we are in the process, we have a firm offer of a not to exceed amount of $40,000. And that means that procurement, if they were to come back and say, oh, by the way, it's gonna be 41,000, procurement would throw it out and have us start the process all over again, right? So, I would feel comfortable proposing that we would authorize not to exceed $40,000, so that at least if you guys get ahead of us in the process and go to city council, you could say, the trustees have already authorized the payment pending a successful contract not to exceed $40,000.
And that will help the city council process, because at
Yeah,
this
I
point.
agree with that,
it needs
because
to
that's sort of the
have the
bog
funding in
down
place.
with everything.
So
And to
Somebody just
assure
needs to
that,
make the
So
motion.
it was a good wording now, I forgot what I said. Did you capture it? What did I say? So nice.
Authorized not to exceed $40,000 pending a successful contract. Sorry.
I would make that motion.
Second?
I second it.
All in favor? Aye.
So which one of you wanted to second? You both did.
We don't, so that just
Give it to
double,
Ashley.
double agreement.
You, all of you.
I know, I wrote down Linda.
I did too.
Yeah, either way, yeah. Main Library Art Sculpture.
Can
Can I
the
just-
arrow
well,
come to
oh,
me?
I'm
or-
sorry.
Yeah,
And
up.
just, because of where we are in the process, if you guys will recall when we first started, it was made very clear that staff and city will guide this process. I was asked to be on the committee, and from this point forward, all the reports about strategic planning will come from staff, because it's now a process they're involved. I'm no longer involved, so the report forward will come from Jeannie.
Thank you.
And Julie, then any update on the Main Library Art Sculpture?
I defer to Jeannie.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Mm.
We have a proposal from an artist to repair the sculpture, and his quotation is $2,980, and we have those funds in our city budget. So we are working with Public Arts to get that process going, and so you won't have to worry about that. But we got a quotation
That's
for
kind
a
of reports I
repair.
like. Moving
Is,
on.
is he going to put it on wood or concrete? Do you know? You don't
No,
know that?
let's see.
That was metal.
Well,
Yeah. Well, the sculpture is, hold on.
no, because it was on wood
And then he's gonna put the marble over.
with pieces of, what do we
Removal
have
of the
here?
original wooden base, you're right, a new steel base will be fabricated and painted prior to reinstallation. The chipped areas of the marble base will be retouched and repaired as needed.
Marble,
Yes.
good.
There's a base
On
below it.
on steel, not on wood.
That, because if it's outside, the wood
Yeah.
deteriorates. Okay,
So-
that's very good, and that's a
You're
good
right.
price for that,
New
right,
steel
Miss
base.
Art Lady?
Sculpture and
I'm
base
very
repair, maintenance,
pleased.
and delivery and reinstallation.
Thank you,
Good.
girls, women.
Check that one off.
Well, we have a quote,
Yeah.
so we're gonna work on that.
Nine
So you don't have to worry
C.
about that at all. I know, everything in your minutes will be
10.
listed as 10, and 11 will be 11, it's bad. The bylaws, I have a meeting next week with the city attorney to review his comments, and then I'll bring it back to our bylaw subcommittee. So,
Thank you.
I do have a meeting next week, next Thursday,
Then
so,
we'll have a final
the end of
copy
the
to-
yeah, we need to bring it all back and regroup and
Yeah,
line it up, because it's all over the place.
all
at
over the
this-
place,
at
I
It's
know
good to
that.
have the attorney's opinion.
And he's been here a while now, and I
Yeah.
think that he's
Flows.
able to see how it
Good.
aligns or doesn't align with the city's
Well,
charter.
it all ties into the strategic plan too, so those are all good things to have, be working on at the same time. Well, with patio, I did get a call from, I guess, do I update that or you?
I don't have an update, except that I know that we're trying to
I
schedule a
did get
meeting.
a call from Marcus, said he would try and set up a subcommittee meeting. I had emailed Gary John and CC'd Ashley a couple times, and Marcus, just to say it's been sitting on their agenda for like 2 months now, so will we have a meeting and then we can move forward. If there's no changes then we'll just move to city council, and so that's really the only update. There's no changes to the plan, the same as other than what we initially requested, so. And we haven't made any of their changes. They had some suggestions, but none of them I thought were anything that was really, that we needed to change, frankly. We're not gonna replan it to look like 1940, and we're not gonna put a big old fig tree in the middle of the patio. So, I wish some of those things, but, I think it'll tie in nicely. It really was interesting, I thought, to go to the Agua Caliente groundbreaking to see what they're gonna do on that corner, and how they're kind of laying really the same kind of paving stones, particularly the plantings, and just the way those buildings will be situated in the street, and tying that in with the downtown and that on the corner. I really think it's gonna be a pretty, I still wish we could get rid of the alleyway with the garbage dump, but anyway, another day, another fight, another day. So I'll update you as soon as I know about that subcommittee meeting, otherwise I haven't heard anything, so, but we have to move it out of HPB to city council, and then we'll have get a final plan, and then we'll get the ad hoc committee together too, so that we can regroup and hopefully have final budgets and all that fun stuff. So now we can move on to committee reports. Any report from the advocacy committee? And And a report from the Budget Committee.
No report.
A report from the Buildings Committee.
I thought we were getting rid of that. Are we?
I think the only
No,
reason
we
have
got rid of
actually
the
is, we got rid of the, well,
we got rid of the library remodel committee,
Yeah.
and, yeah, I think, and
Well,
buildings.
we can,
yeah.
One moment, buildings, I think I don't, I'll check. Okay. Did we get rid of it? Yeah, Lisa has all the minutes.
I don't have anything, I believe so, I think it was the remodel.
Right, right.
yeah, because,
But we still have the buildings.
Right.
yeah.
I think I was on there, wasn't I? I think the update on that. Policies, Bylaws Committee,
Coming up.
Literacy Ad Hoc Committee. Strategic Planning Ad Hoc Committee.
No, we
And
reported.
Wellwood, which I just gave, Ad Hoc Committee. And then a report from the staff representative.
Okay. So, our children's events, we have another drag queen story hour featuring Bella DeBall. That will be June 6th at 6 p.m. We had our first drag queen story hour, and it was so wonderful. It was very well attended. 50 to 60 people came and had a great time. And we had a dance party afterwards, so it was fun. We had crafts.
Crowns, the crowns are cute.
Highly recommend it. This time we're making paper bag puppets featuring Bella.
Ah.
They're
Yeah.
adorable.
It was very well done.
We did our PSPL Comic Con on May 19th from 10 to 4. We had nearly 800 people attend the 6-hour event. It was fun. Great time. We made the newspaper, and TV came too. I was gone during the TV part. Because I was at the Jump for Joy, I didn't put this on here, but I was at the Jump for Joy mural dedication. My picture's on the mural. So go see me. My picture is located in the middle on the bottom row. And there's a picture of me and the library and my classic car. So I'm on the mural. It's only expected to last about a year because of the weather and the elements. We have a Palm Springs Speaks event coming up we have 2 items tied into Palm Springs Speaks. So first of all, we're doing the Martian film screening and book discussion, a compare and contrast, on Saturday, June 2nd at 1:30. We're showing the extended version of The Martian at the library. My assistant. Although more than an assistant, not an assistant. So we're doing the film screening and book discussion of The Martian, which will tie into our author visit for Palm Springs Speaks, Andy Weir, as in we're going to see Andy Weir. Thursday, June 7th at 7 p.m. If you want to attend the VIP meet and greet reception and get a book, that begins at 6, and that is $50. General admission just to see Andy is $25, and that is at the Camelot. Any other comments on that one? Awesome. Summer reading begins June 11th and runs through July 19th. Every person who participates gets a free book every week that they visit. We're doing this again. Our Friends of the Library group is committed to this, and we're very happy that they are. Jackie's like, Yes, absolutely. The Friends of the Library always support us with summer reading. And so we're going to give away books again. So for children and teens, they get a free, brand new paperback book, grade level specific, and each week is a different book. And then adults get a certificate to the Friends Bookstore. And if you read 5 books as part of our 5-book challenge, you get a bonus book. And then we have a cavalcade of prizes. You remember some of the prizes? I know we have a giant teddy bear because it's been in my office for a while. Bikes from the yes. Put your mic on, you tell. And now Julie's going to tell you about the cavalcade of prizes.
Okay, so hi. So we have bikes, courtesy of the Sustainability Commission. We also have a 23andMe DNA test. We have Also, a Star Wars robot put together. We have a little sit and learn VTech roller for like little toddlers. They kind of walk and learn. It's like a play toy. It's super fun. Goodness, we have.
I know.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
Nintendo Switch. Yes, thank you. With a game included, and assortment of other things. There'll be 12
Kindle Fire?
Kindle Fire,
Tablet?
yes, tablet. So there'll be 12 or 13 items in all. So you get to enter for the prize you want to try to win. So that's
How
exciting.
many bikes?
There are 3 bikes and a trike, so total of 4, and they all come with helmets and a lock.
An adult bike with cup holders?
There is an adult bike with cup holders.
There we go. Okay.
And
good.
cell phone holder.
Yes.
It's very cute.
It is
Very
cute.
good.
can be ridden
Well
by
done,
anyone.
girls.
Even the library director. It's a tradition.
Well
That's right.
done.
I ride them. Okay. Some outreach that I've done for the library. Well, I'll talk about this project first because this ties into why I did outreach. So our friends of the library supported us for Career Online High School. I told you about this last time. Well, we've done the launch for Career Online High School, and I did outreach. I went on Eye on the Desert. I went to the downtown Main Street organization meeting. I presented at the 1PS neighborhood representatives meeting, and we have one person who's finished their prerequisites, and several have expressed interest, and we've got several more in the hopper that are going to finish their prerequisites any day now. And then what happens is we interview them, and then if they show the commitment, we will award the scholarships, and they will begin to get their high school diploma.
Wonderful.
Yay. And by doing this outreach, specifically to the 1PS neighborhood organizations, Sunrise Park Neighborhood Organization committed to a scholarship and gave us money for an extra scholarship. So we have 11 scholarships now instead of 10. So if any neighborhoods want to donate scholarships, we'll take it and make it. Yeah, I was like, figure it out.
That's right.
Is the criteria on our website? Okay,
Yes, and
thank you.
our website, we have a special web address just for this program. You can go to our website, palmspringslibrary.org, but more specifically, you can go to palmspringslibrary.org/diploma, and it takes you straight to the Career Online High School, our diploma page, and tells you all about what
Yeah.
it takes,
Uh,
what kind of commitment
Good to
the,
have
the
that.
people will need. Because it's about an 8 to 10 hour a week commitment, and you do need a computer, and it is all in English. So those are the real requirements that stand out to me.
So I want to give a plug to Michael
Oh,
Hudson,
yes.
who is a retired librarian from San Francisco, who was on my team many years ago, who is on the board for Sunrise Park, and he's the one who, when he heard you speak, said we need to support this, and he's the one who started the groundswell for them to come up with money for that program. So,
That's so nice. So
Yeah.
scholarships cost $1,600, to answer the next question. And new topic, new furniture has arrived at the library. You might have noticed, it's on the news. Again, we're so grateful for the good press. And these chairs are just beautiful. They're as beautiful as we hoped they would be. And they look so nice, and they really complement the orange shelves.
And the blue carpeting.
Yeah,
What-
and the
yeah.
the purple.
What do the patrons say? Are they shocked?
We've gotten a lot of positive comments.
bet.
Just
I
I saw
bet.
the chairs; they're beautiful, and they are really comfortable, and they look nice.
They look great.
Um,
A selection of non-armed and
yes, we do have some with arms and some without. Actually, more with arms than without, but we have 10 without arms and 13 with arms, and we have a variety of tables with electricity and without, depending on where they were in the library.
USB ports, which.
Yes, outlets and USB ports, because some places in the library there's no electricity. So we didn't buy the electrical table because we didn't need it. If you drive by the library right now, you might notice that there is a giant sidewalk project happening, and that is a community development block grant project, and that is connecting the sidewalk from the bus stop to our existing sidewalk so that we have an ADA access from the street into the library. Because right now, if you're on the sidewalk or at the bus stop and you're in a wheelchair or have a walker or whatnot, you have to roll out into our driveway and then roll down the parking lot to hit our sidewalk. So because the library was designed with a different orientation, it was facing south, the entrance was facing
Right.
south, so those entrances are all ADA accessible, but we don't use that entrance anymore. So we've got the sidewalk connecting now, or
And
we
your-
will.
Your daily patron that comes over every day,
Yes, yes.
he nearly just became under car wheels.
Oh,
His
no.
vision's poor,
We
and
worry
he's
about
telling
him.
people to go by, and they're waiting for him because he's in the middle of the turn-in lane.
Mhm. Yeah, we have
Oh,
a
bless his heart.
comes over twice a day, we have someone
Mhm.
comes across
Goes
twice a
home
day.
for lunch.
Yeah. So, sidewalk project hopefully they're gonna pour the concrete this week, and then next week it'll cure over the weekend, and then we'll be back in business. Of course, tonight it will be construction zone.
That's it.
And
Can't have everything.
I have, happy to answer any questions, and we're just happy that things are going well at the library.
You're closed Monday.
Oh, yes, we are closed on Monday for Memorial Day.
All right, there we can. So then any other trustee comments or requests?
Yeah, Jeannie, I don't know, or Julie, is it possible to get a tower, an air tower for Wellwood? Because the air piece you got is being pushed back by that office, and there are no plugs on the north side wall. So the people at the desk are not getting benefit of cooler, fresher air. Are you aware of that? They said,
No, we
I
just
said,
told them to put it where they thought it
Well,
needed
they're-
to be.
your boss is moving it back there because he felt that was where it was needed.
It's possible that it is needed in that
I
area.
understand that, and I thought it would be more of an air conditioner piece.
No, it's an air cleaner and
Right.
purifier.
Yeah. Have you been, did you see where it is?
Yeah, I know where it is.
Okay.
And I think it's there because it's near the public computers. That
Right.
area gets hot and stuffy.
Yes,
So
I agree
think
with
that's
that.
where they decided, because we did let them decide where they thought it was best needed. So, that's
Let's
where
see
they-
how the heat goes because,
They're giving me daily updates if they're having issues with the heat or anything else, so, yeah, so,
that's come back a little.
yeah.
I
I've been made aware.
And we may buy another one. We may have two.
Yeah.
They
But
would
I think that
appreciate
that's
that.
the, probably the proper product to have.
Right.
I mean, we could buy a fan, but a fan's just a noisy air pusher. So
When are
this
they
one,
going to clean?
they did do the cleaning, and,
it?
we're
Oh.
trying to schedule, painting of the baseboards, but it's such a
Yeah.
process with the wet paint, and they're open every single day, so there aren't any days that they're closed to, paint fumes and cleanup and
Oh, I was there
traffic.
Tuesday. When did they clean?
Saturday.
Oh,
The 19th or the 12th, one of those two. I thought it was on the, okay.
and the lamps too, everything?
No, we'll check on that.
Okay. Checking.
All right, otherwise I'd say we are adjourned, and I will
Oh,
see you all this
okay.
evening.
Oh, hold on. Oh, I wasn't ready. I guess I should have had more comment. This, city council chambers are gonna be renovated in, June, and so our, June and July meetings may be impacted, and so we'll keep you posted on, those. Yeah, because they're gonna use this room for storage and staging. But, well, they're redoing that room, and they're gonna use this room for storage, so I don't know the exact details, but I know that this room may not be available in June or July, and so we may have to move our meeting. Or have it at the TLC or have it at the convention center, but we'll let you know. Okay, yeah, you can adjourn now.